Welcome, spoiled agents.
Denver, Tampa,
Wichita, Kansas.
South Carolina, California, whoop, whoop,
Amazing.
Georgia.
Yeah, we've got
Where's
Quebec.
Fort Lauderdale? That's where I'm at. Come on, people.
I saw South Florida. It was a
Okay,
kind
okay,
of vague, but
okay, okay.
New
All right,
York.
I'll take South Florida.
All right. All right. Well, we have a lot of our spoiled agents coming in, which is amazing. I want to welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining us always. You guys are in for an amazing treat as usual. We have Jessica Berman here from Elite Island Resorts, along with John Cather, who's here
Hello.
to help out with the Q&A box. Hi, guys.
Hello. Hi,
Hi.
everybody.
How's everyone?
Good, good. We're here to tell you about a fantastic property in Antigua.
Yes, we are.
I can't wait to hear about everything. So you
Yes.
guys know the crew here. We're so happy to work with Elite Island Resorts, and every time we meet Jessica and John, you guys always bring us a little hidden treasure and some great updates, and we're so appreciative of that. And I want to welcome all the spoiled agents. We have you guys covered. Today is what we call our mega session. So we have Canada and the US on here today. So no one's going to miss anything. We're going to record the session as usual. We're also live on YouTube, we're live on LinkedIn, and of course, we're live on Facebook. So, Jessica and John have been
Oh,
super generous with a prize of a $250 gift card. Wowza.
Yeah.
Thank
Yes.
you.
You can use that for
Amazing.
your trip to Antigua or,
there you go.
for your airfare or yes.
That's amazing. Wow. Karen saying, wow. Laura, amazing. From Sugar Grove, Illinois. Hello. So, in order to qualify everyone, you have to stay on to the question period. You don't necessarily have to ask a question, okay? But also on that point, John is going to be help behind the scenes with his fingers going typing and answering only the Q&A box. So if you have a question for Jessica or John, please add it to the Q&A box, and that's what we'll take, of course. And if there's any left at the end, we'll take those as well. So, Miss Jessica, over to you. We're going to learn about Hammock Cove Antigua, a beautiful five-star property. Can't wait to get started, and I'll see everybody at the end.
Okay. Well, hello everyone. For those of you who are not familiar with me, I'm Jessica Berman and I'm Director of Travel Agent Sales with Elite Island Resorts. And I'm also from the beautiful island of Antigua. So I consider myself an Antiguan, as we say in dialect, Antigua may come from. So thank you all so much for joining us today. And we'll do the presentation, and then I'll have like just a video that just gives some highlights of Hammock Cove. And then we'll be open for questions. And I do have John that you can put your questions in, and he will, during the presentation, he'll answer as many of your questions as he can. So I'll get started by sharing my screen. Okay, all right, here is my screen. So Hammock Cove Antigua. Hammock Cove is a five-star all-inclusive adults-only resort. The age is 21 years and older. So Hammock Cove is actually one of our newer properties in Antigua and also for the Elite Island Resorts collection. It was actually completed in October of 29. If your clients do ask like how new is Hammock Cove, it was completed in October of 2019. So this is Hammock Cove Antigua, five-star adults only, and note the age, it's 21 years and older. All right, so Hammock Cove, as I mentioned, adults only, all inclusive. At Hammock Cove, we have 60 villas, and each villa has a private plunge pool. And we added the 10 new villas, and that's a new category, and those are called the signature villas. So those were completed in December of 2024. At Hammock Cove, we have a Michelin chef, Chef Marco. He's from Italy. Fabulous. If your clients are foodies, they will love the food at Hammock Cove. Your clients will also have a personal guest services ambassador. That person just makes sure everything is taken care of when they arrive. Actually, when your clients arrive, they're actually given a small little cell phone and they dial a zero, or not zero, but there's a number that they dial, and that puts them on directly with their guest services. So it's a great tool to have in the event your clients need anything while they're not in their room. We have the beautiful beach. It's more like a cove. If you follow the Antigua and Barbuda Tourism Board, they will say this is the 366th beach on Antigua. Now, there is pool and beachside service. There is a little bar down on the beach as well. And we also added 4 new pickleball courts as well, and tennis. And we also have a sommelier. She's from Italy and she knows her wine. So you can do curated wine tasting experiences as well at Hammock Cove. All right, so we know the Caribbean. So Antigua, we like to say we're situated in the heart of the Caribbean. From Miami, you're looking at about 2 hours and 45 minutes. Most of the flights are coming out of New York. Also coming out of New York, we also have Charlotte on American Airlines. Delta also flies out of Atlanta. So there's some direct flights, but depending on where you're from, you will have to connect. And out of Canada, we do have WestJet, Air Canada, and if I'm missing one, excuse me, but yes, you can connect from Canada. You can get to Antigua from Canada as well, and that's about a 4-hour flight, I believe. I need to do that trip one day from Canada to Antigua. That would be awesome. So here's a map of Antigua. Antigua is 108 square miles. It's a small island, so very easy to get around. Your clients will fly into VC Bird International Airport. It's a very modern airport. And then it's about a 35-minute drive from the airport to Hammock Cove. So here's a map of Antigua. So Hammock Cove is situated on the east coast of Antigua. So you'll see we have 3 properties on the east coast of Antigua, and Hammock Cove is actually on a cliff, which you can see Devil's Bridge, which is a natural rock formation. So Antigua, very easy to get around, as you're not driving for an hour and a half to get to any of our resorts. All right, so let's talk about the accommodations at Hammock Cove. These are some photos of the accommodations. We have 3 categories. It's not the third category is the signature villas, not listed here, but we have waterfront. Waterfront just means you have unobstructed views, and then we have water views, which are a little bit elevated, and the signature villas, they're beautiful views of the bay, of the ocean. The rooms are about 1,080 square feet. The signature villas about 1,800 square feet. And then each villa has a outdoor wet bar. The signature villas, the wet bar is on the inside. And then the private plunge pool, signature villas, the pool is about double the size of the waterfront and the waterview villas. And the bathroom, look at that shower. We've done FAMs where we fit like 20 people in that shower, a very large shower. No tubs. So if your clients are looking for soaking tubs, Hammock Cove, none of the villas have a tub. So beautiful shower. You can even connect to Bluetooth as well. You have your robes, you have your slippers. There's even a scale for those of you who are watching your weight. But you're on vacation. Who needs to watch their weight? Anyway, so these are the accommodations at Hammock Cove. And then let's talk about the signature villas. There we go. Signature villas. They're 14,900 square feet. You have the plunge pool, as I mentioned, it's double the size of the plunge pool for the other villas. You have your indoor mini bar and you have your separate workspace. So, and your indoor bar, the bathrooms are the similar configuration, but the biggest difference is the pool and the square footage, and your mini bar is on the inside. So this is the highest category now at Hammock Cove, the signature villas, and then you have the waterfront, and then you have water view. But the views here at the signature villa, they're pristine, and you're a little bit away from everything, so you do get that seclusion and that privacy as well when you're in the signature villas. And these villas are actually close to the where we just added a beautiful pavilion area as well. And it's very quiet, very serene. And then we have our 3-tiered infinity pool. We do have poolside service. You have the cushioned sun loungers. You have the luxury sun deck, and you're overlooking the beach and the boardwalk. So this is our three-tiered pool. You'll find most guests will be either down on the beach Or, each pool has a plunge pool, so they be in the plunge pool. But the three-tiered pool is lovely, and at night the color changes, so it's beautiful. And then you have the villas as well. And let's talk about dining. Okay, as I mentioned, we have a Michelin caliber dining. Chef Marco is from Italy. I believe he's been with Hammock Cove from the start. So it's all about the food experience. So if your clients are luxury and they're foodies, um, Hammock Cove offers you an amazing food experience. So we have the Lighthouse Restaurant and we have Irina's Bistro, and we added a third restaurant. It's called Sir Rob's. It's like a steakhouse, but it's informal dining. So the Lighthouse Restaurant is where you'll have your fine dining experience. Men are required to wear long pants, closed shoes, no collared shirts, and ladies just elegantly casual, as we like to say. So the menu changes daily at the Lighthouse Restaurant. And on Wednesdays, Chef Marco does a 7-course dining experience. So if your clients are foodie, they're looking for that experience, that happens on Wednesdays. And then we do also do culinary delights. So during the week, we do different dining experiences, whether we do it at the Lighthouse or we do it down on the beach. So Mondays, at Irina's, which is pictured here, they'll do a Tokyo jazz night. So that's sushi. It's an Asian inspired fusion with sake. I did that recently with my husband and loved it. Like the sushi and the tuna, the tuna is actually quite fresh, fresh from a local fisherman that goes out, but it is, Chef Marco has his people that he gets his fresh fish from, and it was very, 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 very good. So that's Tokyo Jazz Nights. You just need to make a reservation, but not to worry. That when your clients arrive, the guest services ambassador will take care of everything for your client. So there's no need to actually call ahead to pre-register for dining. Because of the size of Hammock Cove, there's always availability. If your client wants to dine at 7, it's available. If they want to dine at 7:15, it's available. They just have to let their guest services ambassador know when they'd like to do their dining. And you can also do cooking with Chef Marco on Wednesdays. There are 2 sittings, 11:30 and 12:30. You're in the kitchen with Chef Marco and his sous chef, and they do an amazing spread. And then they actually do lunch in the Lighthouse for the guests who sign up as well. And then on Tuesdays, they do like a seafood on the beach. When we did it, it was lobster. It was Caribbean lobster. It was amazing. I don't eat lobster, but my husband had like 4 plates. He had swordfish. He had huge prawns, more like shrimp. He had 4 plates, and then he was full for the rest of the day. But it was just amazing. Like you're right there, and like they're cooking everything fresh for you right there down on the beach. And then on Thursdays, they do oysters and bubbles. So there we go, seafood again. And then on Fridays, it is barbecue. They have meat, lamb, and pulled chicken down on the beach from 12 to 3, and they'll have a steel band as well. And you can also do caviar and bubbles on Saturday. So there is that real fine dining foodie experience at Hammock Cove. And then for your clients who are like, okay, I don't feel like getting dressed up every night, we have Irina's Bistro. You can do breakfast, lunch, and dinner there at Irina's as well, or you can have room service as well. Let's talk about Sir Rob's. Sir Rob's is our new steakhouse. It's premium black Angus, fresh caught seafood. It's interactive because there's the window and you see all the meat and how they're making everything, and it's open for dinner reservations. And they also have a cocktail bar. I think we sat there and he might have made us an old fashioned, a smoked one. But yes, we didn't have dinner there. We just went in and we just had a drink there just to check it out. But yeah, and from the feedback that I heard from guests was some of the best steak that they've had. Okay, and this is in the Caribbean. So yes, if your clients are steak lovers, they will love the meats at Sir Rob's. See, I talked a lot about food. Definitely Hammock Cove is really a foodie experience. And then we have the white sand beach, more like a cove. You have the water hammocks. Those are very popular. We have the day beds, and your guest service ambassador, they'll set up everything for your clients. They'll set up their chairs, they'll have their towels. There's some on the beach taking food orders, drink orders. You can bring your little black phone if you need an ambassador to set anything up. Maybe you want to surprise your other half with something in the room. You can call down on the beach. It's like, hey, can you set my room up with this? Or, I just think I want to do an excursion. You have your phone, they'll take care of everything. You can do all this down while you're on the beach as well. So this is the Cove. It's a very big distinction. If your clients are looking for beach, ocean, waves, this is not Hammock Cove. It's more of a cove. It's calm. You can swim. Great snorkeling as well, because there are a couple of reefs nearby, so you can do that down on the beach. And water sports, you have the kayaks, you have the clear bottom kayaks, you have the paddle boards. And if you want to learn how to sail, the staff will one of the water sports guys, they will take you out for a sail, and then we provide the snorkeling equipment as well. For me, I'm a person, I like to lounge on the beach, but you can do all of the activities water sport based, and it's non-motorized. So there are no jet skis. No, because it's very zen. Jet skis, you will not find jet skis on this side of the island. If your clients are like, hey, I want to do some adventure, they can go down to Dickinson Bay, where jet skis galore down at Dickinson Bay. And then the bars and lounges, I talked about Irina's bar. We have the Lighthouse bar, and we have the Nobody Knows bar. They do a rum tasting there, I believe on Fridays or Saturdays at 5:30. It's a rum bar. You have rum from around the Caribbean, and they didn't know what to name that bar, so that's why it's called Nobody Knows bar. And then we have the on the rocks bar that's down on the beach, and we have the Chairman's Lounge. The Chairman's Lounge is where you can if you want to play pool, chess, they even have bottles of whiskey, rum. You can make your own drink. They have a refrigerator. If you don't feel like having any alcohol, they have Sprite, they have Coke, they have Diet Coke, and there are 2 big screen TVs. So let's say your clients are going during a big game, they can absolutely watch the games in the Chairman's Lounge, and it's fully air conditioned. So it's always nice and refreshing during the warmer periods, especially during the summer. It's a great spot to hang out in the evening after dinner. In terms of entertainment, the entertainment at Hammock Cove, it's more like you'll find a pianist or saxophonist. So there's not like a live band or anything like that. You find most guests come to Hammock Cove to get away. They're not there to party. They're just there to like relax, zen. And in the evening, they'll talk to other couples. They'll hang out at the Chairman's Lounge. And then by 10:30, I think everybody's had a fabulous day and it's time to go to bed. If you're a night owl, well, you can always hang out in the Chairman's Lounge. Let's talk about the spa. The spa, we have the facial and body scrubs, detox, massage. We do have the treatment room that we have the jacuzzi, and then we have the couples where you can do a couples massage together. And we have the lovely cold pool outside, and we also have like a sauna as well. So it's a lovely spa. It's really what you call tranquility. The spa is not, if your clients are used to like the big hydro spas in Mexico or the DR, this is more like very intimate. The spa is very, very intimate. Not big or massive, and it's just a lovely area to relax, get a beautiful massage every day if you wish. If your clients have that budget, they can get a massage every day. And then we talked about the pickleball. We have 6 new courts. So we added 4 new courts. We have the court, and then we have a pavilion. You actually walk up about 10 steps, and then it's beautiful. They have a refrigerator with drinks. They have the paddles. There's bathrooms up there. So definitely, if your clients are into pickleball, they will enjoy the new courts that we have at Hammock Cove. And we do have the 2 other pickleball courts are actually they are closer to where the Lighthouse restaurant is. And then activities, we have a 24-hour fitness center. I mentioned we do bubbles on the beach. We do the Somalia wine tastings. The wine tastings are at an additional cost, but totally worth it. You can actually, when you do the 7-course dining, you can pair with a wine tasting. And 7 courses, and you do get seven tastings of wines, but they're smaller pours. So you're fine. I think you can actually keep those bottles as well. Then we have the mixology classes, which are great. We have the art tunnel. You can actually also walk to Devil's Bridge. And then if your clients are looking to do extra dining for an extra cost or a proposal, or just they want a more of an intimate setting for dinner, they can do the pink gazebo. We do have the menus. They do 3 or 4 different types of dining that if we can actually send that to you, and your clients can pick which one of the dining experience that they'd like to do under the pink gazebo. And of course, who doesn't like jewelry? Colombian emeralds, surprise your other half with some beautiful jewelry. Girls, we love jewelry, right? Even men too. Surprise your hubby with something. Hey. And then we have our cooking demonstration. Like I said, that's Chef Marco doing his thing. And then we have our gift shop. We're actually relocating that to the reception area. And I should note, when you're checking at Hammock Cove, your guests are not sitting at a reception table. They're actually, the guests, you're greeted with a drink, non-alcoholic or alcoholic. Then you're taken over to the main bar and you can have another refreshing drink. And then, the guest ambassador will take your bag. And then once your room is ready, they'll come and get you. And then once you get to your room, there's just a form that needs to be filled out. And at your convenience, you return that to the lobby or the guest services. So it's really a refined check-in experience at Hammock Cove. And then let's talk about, we have a tour desk. So if your clients we encourage our guests to get off property. Antigua is a safe island. You can rent a car, or you can do the Stingray City, which is about a 15-minute drive. We have the Calypso Cat. The Calypso Cat leaves from Hammock Cove every Friday from 9 till about 1:30, 2 o'clock. And your clients will have a pre-packed lunch. They just let guest services know what they'd like, and they'll pre-pack their lunch. There's food, there's drink, there's music, there's snorkeling. You're going over to Bird Island. I mean, it's just a vibe on the Calypso Cat. Like, I highly recommend, if you have clients that are going to be on property on a Friday, that they do the Calypso Cat excursion, and it's exclusive to guests of Hammock Cove. So much fun. You can do deep sea fishing. Please note, you can do deep sea fishing, but we're not cooking the fish for you, okay? So you can catch the fish, and if you want a local to cook the fish for you, they will. But that's something that I must note, that deep sea fishing, if you catch your fish and you bring it back, we're not cooking the fish for you, but you can coordinate with someone to cook your fish up for you. There's scooter snorkeling. You can go to St. John's. There's hiking. They have the ATVs. There's zip lining. My husband and daughter did that. I like to stay grounded, so I just had a beautiful green drink for the scenery that I was looking at. But yeah, lots of things to do in Antigua. So it's just not all about the beach and being zen. But of course, if you just want to just relax your entire vacation, we have no problem with you doing that. But we also recommend that you get off property at least for one day, even do half a day tour. And then if your clients are there on a Thursday or a Sunday, we also recommend Shirley Heights. It's a sunset party. When I was there in July, there were quite a few guests who went to Shirley Heights, and they loved it. They had a blast. It's just a really fun time at Shirley Heights. And so let's talk about our travel advisor incentives. You can book us through any of the tour operators, but if you do book us direct, we pay 20% commission. You heard that, 20%. Plus, we'll mail you $100 gift card. You earn every 7-night booking that you have with us, you earn a free night. And we do have a promotion for Hammock Cove for the fall. We're ending summer, but we do have availability into the fall. We have a $1,000 air credits and the 7 nights free. So if you have those clients who are like to do last minute luxury trips, you can please recommend Hammock Cove or send them a quote. As I said, 7 night free, or you can do $1,000 air credit. So that's pretty good promotion that we have for Hammock Cove. We do have availability. Now we have our 10 new signature villas. We're looking to you to help us sell those villas. And we have a commission, but as I said, you can book us through any of the any tour operator that you book through, your preferred, as I like to say. Tools to help you sell. If you're not a part of our Facebook group, please join our Facebook group. It's Elite Travel Agent Community. We also have product training. So all of these presentations we do have available that you can download or share with your clients. We do have the We do have the consumer, as we say, friendly version that doesn't have all the commissions. And then we have a gallery. You can download the photos, and you can also register your agency. Once you register your agency, you get all of our emails with all the promotions that we have for Hammock Cove. So sign up, register your agency, do the product training. We have the gallery, and we have the Facebook community as well. So this is Hammock Cove. This is for your luxury clients. Who are our clients that come to Hammock Cove? We have our honeymooners. We have our anniversary clients. We may have our couples who are not married. You know, they're just there to relax, to get away. Our foodie clients will love Hammock Cove as well. Clients who just they have a very stressful jobs, and they just want to get away. They will love Hammock Cove. And I would like to say it's not pretentious, even though it's luxury. Everybody gets treated the same at Hammock Cove. You just never know who's who. So it's just a really just relaxed Zen vibe at Hammock Cove. Right. So that's the aerial night view of Hammock Cove, and you'll see Devil's Bridge is the natural rock formation that we have that sticks out at the end. You can actually walk over there. It's beautiful. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm just going to show you it's like a minute and a half. It's more like an aerial video. It doesn't have the new signature villas, but you can go to our YouTube page, and there's a short video clip of the signature villas. So I'll do a stop share and find my other one. I hope everybody's enjoying so far Hammock Cove. Okay. All right. So that hope you enjoyed that video. Like I said, it's a little bit older than a video, but it just gives you just a view of Hammock Cove. We do have 6 pickleball courts now, and we do have the steakhouse and the 10 new villas, which are the signature villas. But so that's Hammock Cove for your as I mentioned, for your luxury clients, or your clients who have a nice budget or looking for something different. And it's a very compact property. So it's pretty much easy to get from point A to point B. All right.
Okay, Jessica, that was everyone wants to go, including myself.
Yes, yes.
I just want to say over here on Facebook, Carla said, amazing. What a great presentation. Charlene on Facebook said, oh, this looks so awesome. I would love to go there. This is on my bucket list,
Yes.
which is great. Really informative. And I said, I can see myself at the pink gazebo having dinner.
Yes, you can. Yeah, it's a very popular spot, the Pink Gazebo. Yeah, it's just very romantic. The put the candles and you have your dinner and you have such beautiful views of the ocean right there. It's very romantic.
For sure. Well, I
Yes.
know John has been amazing behind the scenes. John's answered almost 50 questions
Really,
already.
John, you're working hard.
So there's just a couple of more.
Oh, I also forgot to mention that Hammock Cove, if there are any virtuoso agents on Hammock Cove is also a virtuoso property as well.
Oh, okay. That's very good to know.
Mhm.
Samantha on Facebook said, thank you so much for everything. Chris said on Zoom, speaking of off property, are you able to speak about Carnival?
Oh, Carnival. Yes, absolutely. We just finished Carnival. Yay. I was actually there on Carnival Tuesday, but Carnival, it's 10 days. It's typically like towards the last week of July and the first Monday and Tuesday of August are public holidays, and those are what we call the costume days. So actually the day that I arrived in Antigua, I stayed at the veranda and we had about a few couples that actually went to Carnival. They had a driver, the driver dropped them off. And yeah, and then they got picked up. So I think there's next year we're looking at maybe doing for advisors who are into Carnival. Maybe we do like a Elite Island Resorts Carnival fam because
Oh,
the idea is we want to sell it. But I would say Carnival is it's great if you're a couple at Hammock Cove, you can go watch. But if you're thinking about bringing a group, we have Veranda and we have Pineapple Beach Club. So I would not bring your groups to Hammock Cove because Hammock Cove is very zen. Like, okay, groups like to have fun. Hammock Cove is very, very zen, but Carnival, it's a vibe. You just have to know the ins and outs and the different parties and the different fetes and tickets. And if you want to wear a costume, we have to set you up with the right band to get your costume and everything like that. So yes, I'm your Carnival girl. So talk to me after.
amazing.
I wear the costume. I'm like next year I'm doing Carnival. So yes.
Is that you, John?
Mhm.
What's that, Carnival?
Yeah, with
Not necessarily. I leave that to Jessica.
That's me.
just while we're talking about do you mind also sharing again the social media Facebook page again for Carrie? And how can people get that fantastic video that you shared to share on
Okay.
their social?
So the Facebook group is Elite Travel Agent Community. Um, and then for the video, it's if you go to our Facebook page, not Facebook page, our actual website. So if you go to Elite Island Resorts and you click on Travel Advisor, you'll be asked for a password. It's Elite, and then once you enter the site, then you have all of the product training videos and everything that you need to share with your clients.
And LaCheryl, that answers your question as well. Um, Terrence is asking, what is the website to register again if they're
Go
not
to
sure?
Elite Island Resorts. You'll see the prompt Travel Advisor. You click Travel Advisor. The password to get into the travel agent portal is Elite, and then it'll tell you to register your agency. Just
Okay.
register with a clear IATA number. If your agency is already registered, you still have to register under the agency, but we just need your name and contact info and an email address.
Okay, great. Carla on Facebook said, this is a really great tool. I've been able to use it for client videos and agent learning videos. So they love
Okay,
them.
thank
So
you.
it's
Thank
great
you.
to
That's
hear.
good for the team to hear.
Yeah, for sure.
That agents are actually using what we have. So that's great.
Lisa's asking on Zoom, is there a good area for snorkeling?
Um, well, where we are, we're on the East Coast. There is like some snorkeling around, but you find the best areas to snorkel. There's a reef called Cage Reef. It's almost 2 miles. So that's like a day excursion for snorkeling. But you can also do the Calypso Cat. They'll take you to a reef just before you get to Bird Island. They'll stop there for like 45 minutes for snorkeling, and it's great. You'll see the turtles, they'll come by, and then Bird Island, you can snorkel off Bird Island as well. But Antigua has different spots to snorkel. So if you're into snorkeling, you can snorkel at Hammock Cove, but your best snorkeling is getting off property.
Okay, great. And just for Amy, all of your rates are for agents are in US, right? US dollars?
Everything is in US dollars. Yes.
Okay. Doug said Carnival sounds awesome.
Yes. Yes, it is
Okay,
fun.
so
You
you
just have to
mentioned
bring energy. You can't be, I'm tired. No, no, no. Carnival is late night, early morning. Yes. Sunrise fete, daybreak fete, Juve that starts at 4 a.m. Come on.
wow. I know you've mentioned a couple times, but just one more people maybe have
Sure.
popped on a little bit late.
Oh,
Can you just say the Facebook group? Oh, good. John's already said it.
uh,
Okay, great. Thank you, John.
I'm gonna put it also in the chat, John, too, because some people are asking. I'm gonna put it into Facebook chat. I'm gonna put it into the Zoom chat.
And one thing I should mention as things pop up, if you do have clients that do not drink, we will clear we can clear all the alcohol out. We've had that request a few times. Whether it's for religious purposes or they just don't drink. Yes, we can clear the refrigerator out. And we had a client, they just wanted diet Coke and Cokes because they were in recovery. So we do that. So just to let you know, it's not all about the alcohol. You can
Sure,
have a
that's
great
right.
wellness experience at Hammock Cove as well.
All right, that sounds good. Okay, so we talked about the Facebook page a few times, guys. We talked about the agent link a few times. Great. I just want to say Carrie said on Zoom that they're ready to book their group there.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Ben is asking on Facebook, how long on the stretch of the beach is it to walk on?
It's a very small beach. You would it's from the video that I showed, it's a very small beach. It's more like a cove. So if your clients are really looking for beach and like that's their top thing, I would say we do have another property, which is Galley Bay. Galley Bay gives you that almost a mile stretch of beach with beautiful sunset, but Hamlet gives you that beautiful cove. You can snorkel. It's very calm. You can actually even do a little small trip over to Long Bay, get a taxi, and you can go over to Long Bay, which is like a 5-minute drive and a taxi. And the beach there is beautiful. If you just wanted just like a beach day or half a day on like a beach. But we've had people that they'll leave from Hammock Cove, they'll go to Darkwood. That's a beautiful beach. So there are lots of beaches in Antigua. If your clients like, okay, we just maybe want to do a big long stretch of beach. We have many beaches in Antigua. They can pack like a little cooler, and have a great time on the so many beaches in Antigua.
Okay, great. Um, just a couple things. Guy here on Facebook said you got to do Stingray City and of course Shirley Heights,
Yes,
which you talked about.
absolutely. Stingray City. I'm not adventurous, and I've done Stingray City, so hey, I'm very proud of myself. I've done like 3 times. Yay.
Someone's asking, is there halal or kosher meals available at the resort?
No, no,
Okay.
not kosher, but you can tell me what halal is, and maybe we could see what the chef could do. But we're not kosher. We're not kosher.
And then Alon's asking on Zoom, is it true? And I know the answer, Antigua has 365 beaches.
Yes, we do have 365, and Hammock Cove makes 366.
Okay, great. Okay, let's see here. Somebody on Facebook said, Jody Ray said the register now button on the site isn't working.
Okay, we can check that out afterwards. Yes, I'll go to and see where.
Okay, for sure. Okay, Jody Ray, look out for that. Just checking both here. Okay, so Danielle's asking if you're on a cruise and want to pass by to see the property, is that possible? That's a great question.
We do site inspection. So if you're on a cruise, and the day that you can send me an email and I could check with the hotel to see if they are available to do a site inspection. I know during the season the hotels are they're jam packed, full,
Yeah.
I should say. So it just sometimes become hard to see a room or any of the room categories. But if they can accommodate, they will try and accommodate a site inspection. But you just email me for any site inspection.
Okay, I just want to go back to the register now button. Terrence said that they just tried the button and it works. So Jody Ray,
Okay.
maybe give it another try, maybe refresh your page. Who knows?
Okay. Okay.
That's good to know. Okay, let's see here. And Ariana on Zoom wants to know, is there any FAMs available or coming up?
Any FAMs? I myself, I'm doing like agency FAMs. Most of the FAMs are through the tourism board. Whether in the US, they have their team of BDMs, and Canada, of course.
Yep.
But I do like agency FAMs. So if you're with an agency and you'd like to come to Antigua, you can reach out to me. We keep them pretty small, most times, like 7 to 8 advisors, because our properties are small. So we like to keep it small as well.
Well, and actually on that point, Jessica, so we also have the Antigua Tourism Board on the Canadian page here as well. So if anyone needs to reach out, we also have it on the US page for us on
Yeah. Hmm.
spoiledagent.com for all
Hmm.
of it. And we have you guys on both of our pages,
Yeah.
Canada,
Hmm.
US. So if you guys need any information about Jessica or fact sheets or the promotions going on, we really do a great job working with them directly to keep them up to date. It's spoiledagent.com. And you just go down to hotels, and then you're going to click on Elite Island Resorts, and you're going to get a lot of information that Jessica's talked about. Of course, agent incentives, links, things like that as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know a couple of people are asking about when they try because they really want to go to your properties.
Mhm.
So when will the 2026 travel advisor rates be available?
I think we do have them available. I think we're starting to load them. I know for this over the summer we had like a really special promo for Hammock Cove, which was 288 per person per night. But that may be changing, but we'll still have, as we say, the best time to really come and visit and see any of our properties is after Easter. Because if you try and you want to visit or stay in the heart of the season, we typically don't have availability. So for Hammock Cove, during the 4 hour, all of our properties actually, if you want to do a winter stay, it's on a travel advisor rate. You do have to wait 45 days prior because we have to see what we have available. So you're not able to book it 60 days out. It has to be like it's 45 days just because we're just full.
Yeah.
And it's just that's the time when we try and capitalize on the dollars, because when we're slow. So typically I would say try and take advantage of the advisor rates after Easter. So from May 1st to October 31st, yes, we want you to come. We want you to take advantage of the travel advisor rates. But we do have them for winter. I think Hammock Cove is going back to 30% off of the rack rate for winter.
Wow, that's great. And you're
Yes,
you're
I
right. Like the high season, you can't be, it's hard,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. But we do
Amazing.
we
A lot
do
of
for
people are,
all the other properties. I think the other properties, I believe the winter rate is 179 per person per night. But
and
you do have to wait 45 days out to
and
book.
that's totally fair. You guys have a lot of great properties that you represent. So,
Yeah, and you don't need to have a booking with us. That's it. That's one of the things I like to stress. You can visit our properties on a travel advisor rate, and you do not need to have a booking. We want you to get that booking. So come, take your video, share your contact, tag us and get those bookings. But you can take advantage without having to have a booking with us. We're one of the few properties that I think that does that.
yeah, very unique for sure. And
Yes.
again, people are looking for your information for how to reach out to Jessica. I've added it to the chat, Facebook, Zoom, everywhere. But it's
Yes.
also on Jessica's supplier page on Spoiled Agent. Again,
Yes.
spoiledagent.com. Go down to hotels and everything's there. You can reach out to Jessica or anything that you need. It's really been well updated because they are so great at sharing the information with us.
Right.
Amazing.
Yeah. And the one thing I'd like to mention about Hammock Cove, if you're thinking about doing a group, it's very important to stress to your group that it's a very chill, very relaxed resort. So it's not a party resort. Everyone there is looking to get away, to relax, just zen. So that's a very important way if you're bringing a group. Sometimes groups can be like they just have there to party, have a blast, but it's just very zen, very relaxed. So I just had to put that out there.
That's okay with me.
Yeah, and just let your clients know there's not that type of evening entertainment like a big band or a DJ. It's just very chill, very relaxed, very zen.
Right. Okay, Celeste, as I mentioned, I just shared her information again for Jessica. It's on the Spoiled Agent supplier page, spoiledagent.com. So that's how you guys would have heard about everything for sure. Amazing. Amazing, Jessica and John. John, you really knocked out of the park. There was almost 80 questions,
Wow, 80 questions.
almost
We
70
like
plus.
questions. And that means you're intrigued, or you're thinking about us and you think you have clients that would want to come visit. So that's amazing. I'm like 80 questions. Good job. Because we do like questions. I feel like we ever do a presentation and nobody has a question, you're like, really? Nobody has a question? So questions are good.
Great. Fantastic. John, we're really grateful for you today. Jessica, really grateful for you. You always do an amazing job, a great ambassador for all of your brands, both of you. It's a
Thank you.
Thanks.
pleasure to work with you guys, I have to say. We love you
Thank
guys.
you.
Happy to
And don't
be
forget the
here.
promo for Hammock Cove. If you have like longer stay, 7 night free, but we do have, and we also have the $1,000 air credit. So that's a great promo for the rest of the summer and the fall.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. All right, and don't forget this is being recorded again. But I just want to say, Jessica, John, thank you for the great partnership and most generous prize to one lucky spoiled agent is a $250 gift card. So if you get an email from me or Jessica next week or the end of the week, whichever, we're going to try as soon as we can. Open it. It's
Yeah.
really good news.
Okay, great. Yeah. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. And thank you for the great questions. And John, thank you for doing such an
Thank
amazing job.
you.
Have a great day, everyone. Thanks,
All
Jessica.
right.
Thanks,
Thank
John.
you. Bye,
Bye.
everybody.